Vous vous souvenez peut-être l'an dernier, j'avais fait un vlog sur ma visite à Newcastle upon Tyne chez Barbour. Je vous avais promis de vous faire une vidéo uniquement sur la confection d'une veste Barbour et une vidéo sur les lignes de production de cette veste. Je vous avais aussi promis une interview de Dame Margaret Barbour, qui est la présidente de Barbour depuis 40 ans. Cette vidéo, je ne l'ai jamais sortie parce que les rushs de cette vidéo, je les avais mis sur un disque dur et ce disque dur, j'y arrivais plus à y accéder, il était quasiment mort. Au final, j'ai réussi à récupérer les données et à faire la vidéo. Donc cette vidéo, c'est celle qui va suivre. Vous allez voir au départ donc, la présentation des lignes de production de la mythique veste Barbour, avec sur ces lignes de production la découpe du tissu, le montage du tissu, et après la finition, l'emballage, etc. Il y a tout dedans. Ensuite, dans la deuxième partie de la vidéo, il y a une longue interview de Dame Margaret Barbour, comme je vous disais, et dans cette longue interview, vous allez en apprendre certainement un peu plus sur l'histoire de Barbour et sur ce qui a fait son succès de cette entreprise qui finalement est dans la même famille depuis 1894 je crois et qui est toujours aujourd'hui une entreprise florissante qui propose des produits originaux, qui fait des collabs avec des marques originales, qui est assez dingue quand on sait que la marque a plus de 100 ans. Je vous laisse regarder cette vidéo, n'hésitez pas à mettre un like si ça vous a plu, un commentaire si vous avez un truc à dire et abonnez-vous, on se retrouve bientôt pour une prochaine vidéo, à plus.
It is touching the truth. There is nothing to fear.
Là, je vais dans le bureau de Dame Margaret pour l'interview de la chairman, 4e génération chairman depuis 40 ans. No problem. You can start whenever you want.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Well, you were asking me about myself and presumably why I'm here after so many years as chairman of Barbers. I entered Barbers through the tragic death of my husband, who was just nearly 30. And I was a young woman with a little baby of 2. So when John died, I had no doubts at all that I had to go into the business and continue the business then, of which he was 4th generation, and continue to do the work that the other Barber men that you've already seen. You know the history that
Yes.
it was started in 1894 by John Barber, came down from southern Scotland to the Tyne. At that particular time, it was one of the busiest rivers in England, with shipbuilding, ship repairing, mining, Vickers Armstrongs and making armaments. And he saw there the need to produce clothing to keep all these wonderful workers dry in all weathers. So that was the start of the business and why he came down here. And then, of course, Malcolm Barbour, his son, entered the business in just over 1900, and he wanted to be a journalist. And his great ambition, he used this to produce the Barber Catalogues. Now, have you seen all the lovely Barber Catalogues?
No.
Well,
no.
we have wonderful one. Would you like me to get it for you? No.
Yes.
This is so interesting.
So
this is
first
the very first catalogue because he produced. That's 1908 to 1909, Oilskin Collection Factors. And there, you see, he used the beacon.
Yeah. We've been to the beacon.
You've been to the beacon?
This morning,
well,
yes.
The beacon is a very important part of the Barber history because that is our brand and we still use that on our trademark. Going back, I mean, that is a very interesting one. When we were not celebrating but commemorating the First World War, I looked in the 1914 catalogue and there Grandfather Barber was making oiled skins for service wear, not only for the officers on horseback, as you can see, but also for the poor soldiers in the trenches. You know, sleeping bags, some of them lined with oilskin. It's just incredible. So you can see that how important Barbers has been through history. And
military history of the country.
Throughout the country, yes. And Grandfather Barber, who I actually was lucky enough to meet when I was very first married to John, he was still alive for about 6 months, so I did meet him. And his and John Barber, who founded it, was to keep men dry wherever they needed it. Of course, had a lot of empires around the world, and they exported all over the world. It was incredible at this time, at the beginning of the century. Then I looked in 1922, and we even had a Falkland Island jacket. The Falkland Islands, nobody knew where they were till they tried to take over Argentina. You remember attack, we may not know, but attacked the Falklands and wanted to repossess it. So it's gone on like that. And we have always looked to see what was necessary to protect men wherever they were.
Yeah, that's, the clothes were made for a reason.
Yes.
Like for fishermen, for
Yes, for shooting, fishing, and sporting reasons.
Exactly.
To start with.
But today, I wear a Barber jacket, but I don't fish and I don't.
No, no, they've become a lifestyle
Exactly.
brand. It's a lifestyle brand.
And how do you, because you have such you've been there for like 40 years in this company.
Yes.
So you saw the evolution, and how do you explain it? What's your feeling about this evolution?
Well, I was responsible for producing jackets in blue. They'd always been in olive and browns and earthy colours because they were shooting. They were made for sporting activities, or they were made for just protective and camouflage facilities. And then I actually came over to France, and I looked around at an exhibition called César, and I looked to see what other people were doing. And I noticed there that you produced a wonderful jacket with a carnier pocket. Yes. A
carnier, exactly.
And I thought we must do that. And we called that the Beaufort. And that is still one of our popular jackets. Now that would be in the 80s. 1980. And then I also lived in a village where a lot of people did horse riding, and we hadn't really got a short enough jacket suitable for horse riding. So I produced these two jackets, the beadnell, call that the B-day, and the beadnell, and I produced them in blue. And suddenly people loved the blue with jeans, and it became very much a fashion, streetwise jacket. Lots and lots of people started wearing it in London. We had a Sloane Ranger boom. Princess Diana was a Sloane Ranger in the 80s, and that's when these two jackets took off enormously well, particularly in Italy. Our sales in Italy went absolutely
for you.
Sky
It's because
high.
of the color,
The colour, the blue. That was the first attempt we had to make a fashion garment. Our first royal warrant we got in the 1970s from the Duke of Edinburgh. Then we got the Queen's I think about 1984. And when the Prince of Wales started giving warrants, we were one of the first companies to receive it, because he was very much a countryman, as you know, he still is.
Yes.
He came over to celebrate our centenary with us from London, which was very nice. A lot of nice photographs here. And his approval of our jackets, the whole family's approval of our jackets, puts us on a very special plane. If people see the royal warrants, then they know that that's very important.
Yeah.
So that's helped enormously with our sales and making our jackets very special. I think that they are, we've always said our Barber jackets are fit for purpose. So if you want to go fishing, we'll produce a lovely jacket that's suitable for fishing. If you want to go on the high street, we'll produce a jacket for that. And if you take care of it, it'll last you for years and years and years, because we have this wonderful reproofing service and repairing service, which makes it very, very... The Queen actually was very kind to me when I got an award from her, and she said she's very pleased to give me this, because every house in England in their cloakroom must have a Barber jacket. And I think that's probably true.
Yes. What is the secret for you to be able to both develop the brand and keep the DNA of the original Barber? Because you have now you have such a big collection with like jacket, trousers, accessories, etc.
Yes. I think we have gained our reputation through the years, quite honestly. And anything with a Barber label on, with the beacon on and the royal warrants on, that spells out class and style and quality. And I think that they are the main things, really, that people go on wanting Barbers. And anything we produce, I insist. So if we're putting that Barber label on anything, whether it's a blouse or a shirt or a jumper, other than the jackets, it's got to be quality. All our wax jackets are made here, and everything else is made in Europe. Our shirts are made in Portugal, who are particularly expert. And if we go further afield in the EU countries, we do send our operatives, our supervisors with the products, to supervise the products and make sure that they come out and the quality is maintained.
What inspires you if I tell you buy less but buy better?
Yes.
It inspires you, and
absolutely.
It's in the DNA of Barber.
It is, absolutely. That if you buy a lovely jacket, look after it, it'll last you for years. But we keep introducing new ones to tempt you to buy another one.
Exactly.
And also now we do so many more accessories to go with the jackets that you can't resist. Beautiful shirts, beautiful scarves. And we don't concentrate on developing our original tartan. That's a very important part. My daughter was in New York recently with a Barber tartan in a special tartan parade. And Nicola Sturgeon, who is the Scottish National, head of Scottish National Parliament, she was there too. So because of our Scottish heritage, it's very important to have this lovely Scottish tartan, which I'm sure you've seen.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know if you are familiar with, but how do you see the digital revolution?
Well, it's been very good for us, for young people like you. I mean, I'm not very good with it, and I still write letters. But it certainly has brought us a lot more sales in from the younger generation, like you, handsome young people.
So you see it with a very...
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, with great success.
Yeah, a very complicated question, but how do you see the brand in 10 years?
How do I see the brand in 10 years? Well, we keep on developing new styles. We employ now wonderful designers. You saw Gary, but there's also Ian Bergen, who worked for another Smith, Paul Smith. And we have a very good lady designer who has a long heritage and history of working for Levi and working for other very good female designers. And they bring out lovely extra things like dresses. Rather, our female designer does Paget. Have you met her?
No.
Lovely dresses and things to wear with jackets. You know, to give you a whole outfit.
Yes.
Is what we plan to do now.
Okay, so for you it's to
extend the range to include a whole outfit.
Exactly.
To be part of the Barber lifestyle.
But to keep the DNA and expand.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I think it's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Everything I've told you?
Perfect. It's perfect.